I must tell you that Teleatlas is not alone. Many VC investors are also bullish about the digital mapping industry in India, and companies like MapmyIndia, which is a pioneer in this space, will tell you that. "15 years ago, Rakesh Verma quit his lucrative job in Silicon Valley and returned to India to quite literally leave his footprint on the Indian map. This techie-turned-entrepreneur launched a software business, CE Infosystems, to make and sell digital maps.
What we meant by mapping whole India was map every building in every city and every street and bring out their addresses, find out the points of interest and put everything in place. But to achieve that, back in '94 we knew it will take at least 10 to 20 long years.
A long wait, you would think, but only a year later, the company got its first contract from FMCG giant Coca-Cola. It mapped all the bottlers' legal territory in Gwalior district in Uttar Pradesh. And what began as a 25 lakh rupee contract in '94 now contributes to over 10% of the company's revenues. Today, MapmyIndia boasts of having 500 corporate clients like ICICI Bank, SR, Godrej, the Election Commission of India and HDFC Realty.
For somebody sitting in the US or UK, it's impossible for him to come down to the country and actually spend 5-7 days searching for properties. The objective is to help the customer pinpoint the property that he likes onto a street level, right? MapmyIndia has maps which are at the street level, and they have the facility of zooming in and zooming out up to a certain level, which is what we really need.
In case of SR, when they came to India, when they got a license for Delhi Metro for mobile services back in 1996-97 time frame, they needed to understand, or they wanted to place the BTS, the towers. And in order to place the towers, they needed to understand where the business will come from, what kind of people live in different parts of the localities of Delhi. And they wanted to get an estimate also of the demand that will happen over the next 2-3 years. And with the help of our maps and the economic and socio-economic and the demographic data that we had collected, we could give them a good solution and a good output which helped them start up their service.
So what you have today is your online portal, MapmyIndia.com, which has detailed maps of over 1,000 cities, which include your streets, localities and sub-localities. It also covers 1 million points of interest across 52 categories like restaurants, pubs, ATMs and also historical monuments. The company has tied up with GM, Airtel and Yahoo Maps to provide GPS navigation facilities. Globally, the digital mapping industry clocks an annual turnover of $8.33 billion. Indian companies account for $450 million. Of this, geographic information system companies like RMSI, SPEC and Genesis, which service international clients, account for approximately 80% of the market share. And mapping companies with IP rights like MapmyIndia and SatNav account for the rest. But the real story lies in the growth rate. While the GIS industry is growing at 30%, companies with IP rights are growing at 40%, making MapmyIndia an exciting proposition for VC investors like Shapalo Ventures, Kleiner Perkins and Nexus India Capital.
We believe that we wanted to invest in a leader who's actually gone and mapped the entire country versus someone who's gone and mapped the top 2 cities or top 3 cities. And it would take somebody to catch up to Rakesh another, I would say, 3 to 5 years. And we said, let's go and invest in what we believe is a leader in the space. And that's how sort of when you look at private equity investment, you generally look at someone who's way ahead of competition.
But being ahead may not be enough. ContentSutra.com, an online news monitor that tracks the industry, will tell you that big players are headed this way.
You've got Reliance launching big maps. Google has been using crowdsourcing and getting users to upload data to their maps.
Data that the company will use to venture into print maps to give its business the big retail push. It is expecting retail to contribute to 75% of its revenues in the coming year versus less than 50% currently. That's not all. MapmyIndia is hoping to clock an annual turnover of 50 crore rupees and also expand its GPS business. And last but not the least, it's gearing up to make its debut on the Lal Street.
That's all we have for you on this episode of Enterprising. Thanks for watching.